Welcome back to another episode of Got a Problem.
Woo! Woo!
You're back.
Shake it.
So, what have you guys got a problem with this week?
I've got a massive problem. Can I start?
Yeah, go for it.
I was just on the bus here. Obviously, I get the bus. Do you know what I mean?
Come on.
Someone on the bus, the smell that infringed my nostrils, right? It was the BO was so bad. It was almost like gone off rice. Like, it was like the smell was changing as the journey was going. It was so pungent.
Maturing.
And stuff like that makes me just want to fight. Do you know what I mean? I just want to fight one on the fucking bus. I was just thinking, it's 2 p.m. Where have you been, darling? What's gone on? I was really, really, really upset. I just want you to all know that. And if you smell any smells right now, it's not me. The smell's latched on.
Crazy. The emissions.
Damn. I mean, yeah, fair. I'd have a problem with that too.
That's my thing, is if it's early in the morning, why, like, first thing, can I just confirm, when we wake up, we all shower?
Yeah.
Not everybody does. I do.
No,
but some
but-
people are night showerers.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a problem.
I'm a double.
That's a problem.
Yeah, sometimes you have to double. Yeah, you have to double
I'm
it.
a dubs. I'm a
You have to
dubsy.
double it.
Yeah.
But say, like, if you're waking up in the morning, you're just leaving your house and you've done no hygiene preparation, God will punish you. People that walk into parties or events now, it's the start of the night and you
Your armpits
stank.
warm. Your armpits warm.
You know, that hasn't happened in a while. I haven't caught someone who
Really?
smells quite bad in the party.
I feel like I catch
They overdo it with fragrances now.
Yeah.
overdo it.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
bad?
yeah, you know when you could just smell the oud from like
I think that's
another
nice.
room? Nah, it could be overpowering.
I'm a sucker for.
But
Yeah.
I'd rather that than
Yeah.
that.
do you spray the air and walk through it?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm a chick-chicka.
Arab with it.
I'm a chick-chicka.
It is like the first
We
thing you
bathe
do,
in
like,
that.
before you leave the house. Is the
Well, do you know,
Ritual.
because you know, like in like Arab culture, it's very common to like burn. It's called bukhur. You like burn perfume onto your
They
clothes.
love
That's
it.
what I want.
That's what we do. Is like we burn. You
I
so you
want
burn it in
that.
your house. Yeah, like incense or like what's it called?
Yeah.
Frankincense.
Just
my
your,
mum-
just your clothes smell nice, or you smell.
Your yard, your
whole house.
clothes, your
Yeah, my
hair.
mum gave me before one time. She's like,
Yeah, you do a perfume on top as well.
So you're smelling good.
Yeah, all the time.
I want that.
Yeah. It's very easy. You can get it if you see like Somali auntie shops. Go in and ask for bukhur.
Can we get TFL to just do that to the seat?
Yeah, innit? Just run it out. What you gonna say?
my mum gave me bukhur one time.
Yeah.
She's like, put it in your wardrobe.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a G.
That's nice. I want
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be getting on Google
That's
tonight.
Yeah. It's nice.
What's your problem, Max?
my problem. I got out of Old Street Station just now. You know, I'm not feeling that too full of life today. And I see a seagull eating a pigeon.
What?
I had a problem with that.
What you
I
saw?
was just like, not today. A seagull was eating a pigeon. I
Was
saw the blood, the flesh being ripped out.
Who was?
Just in the middle of the street.
Was the pigeon dead? Like,
Yeah, the pigeon was dead. The
Are you
pigeon-
sure it wasn't a hawk? Are you sure it was a seagull?
Seagull.
Do you know what I'm saying?
First of all, why are there seagulls in London?
what, on the street?
That's
On
London.
the street.
Well, that's London for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I've just been on holiday. I come back and that's like one of the first things I see. I was like,
Do you ever think that like in animal communities they have like they have criminals or they have like crackheads? Because he might have been
Yeah.
the criminal
Seagulls.
of the seagull.
That pigeon was in the-
community.
that pigeon was at the wrong end.
Chihuahuas are the most deranged dog.
Absolutely.
I love them though. They're fucking funny. They're always shaking like a leaf. I love that. Like, I feel like I'd be a chihuahua if I was a dog. I'd just be shaking in the corner. I'd love it.
Eye twitching.
Little anxious bean.
interesting take.
Right. I mean, do you have a problem?
What's my problem this week? I have a problem with myself.
Oh,
What have you done?
you okay?
So when did this start?
It started yesterday.
This is
Yo.
a safe space.
Yeah.
No, actually, bro, it started yesterday. I got a personal trainer now, innit? Yeah.
Jeez.
And he measured me. You know, my metabolism age is 43 years old. You're telling me my body's functioning just as close as my dad.
But those things aren't
Brother,
real. I
that's a
think.
problem,
Is that true?
brother.
Are those things real?
Yeah, medical racism.
Because you know
What does
they
that
say
mean,
like, they say
though?
like BMI is not actually
Metabolism
real.
age.
Your system, your body's function at that age.
Like the time it takes for your
But like your
No
metabolism,
wonder I'm
like
an
your
uncle, bro.
digestion and
Yeah, your metabolic
Everything,
rate. Yeah.
That's
Are
crazy.
you okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Do you want
Do you
to talk
reckon he
about
just
it?
said it so you book more sessions? He knows what
I
he's
need
doing.
that.
Yeah,
I need
go.
in my head. I need that.
Next time you go back, 3 months, watch him. He'll be like, "Oh, it's 52, mate. We're gonna have to renew that membership." Oh.
It's like when my driving instructor's been like, you're not ready.
They're like,
He's gonna run up your bread. I can't lie.
He is.
Sounds like it.
No, it's actually quite cheap.
What's your problem, Isra?
So I don't know if any of them like this. Mandem can, but I don't know if you have either. But laser hair removal was my problem. That's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid
Oh,
scheme.
I love it.
It's a pyramid scheme. So you get told, right, Mandem, if you don't know, laser hair removal is when they zap off the hair off your
Do
body.
you go to people to get it done, or do you have one of them guns?
Yeah, I go
You
to
can
the
do
people.
either,
You
yeah.
can do both.
I
but
go to the people as well.
Yeah, goes to the people, brilliant, and they say all you need is 6 sessions. I've done that 6 sessions 45 times.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe you
they say
believe
it's
that.
gone for life.
It's not. What it does is like slows down like the rate your hair grows.
Yeah.
Some people it just zaps it, but certain people, ethnic peeps, it takes a bit longer.
But do you know
what?
what? Do you know I sold a dream? My mother got laser hair removal, and she's like a naked mole rat. Love you, mum. She does not grow hair on her body, so I'm thinking, cool. If it works on the ethnics, let it work on me. I'm not doing it anymore, man. I just.
So wait, it just completely removes the.
It just slows down the growth of the hair. It like basically targets the pigment, so it like zaps the hair.
But I've
follicles.
seen videos of it. It does work, no?
It
Or am I losing my- am I losing my mind?
it worked for me personally. It took bare sessions though. Bare sessions.
Yeah, bare
But
sessions.
I really accepted that. But I loved it. I'll be honest with you. The pain you ain't never felt no
Does it
pain.
hurt?
Like you,
Did it hurt for you?
like never before.
Really?
You know the feeling of someone doing a rubber band and like,
Yeah.
so close. Imagine that, and they're getting fire and a knife and gun and blood.
Oh,
That's
no,
what it
no,
feels
no.
like.
See, that's the thing. Maybe
Why do you not do
maybe
this
mine
to
was
yourself?
Maybe yours not working.
yeah, maybe mine isn't strong enough.
No,
'Cause I wasn't finishing it.
Mine is literally like the most. It's at 5 minutes, but it's like I got a lot of fucking tattoos. Yeah, I've dealt with pain. That is like something you don't wish on your worst nightmare.
Yeah, no.
Sure you weren't just getting tased.
I actually don't know what was going on. It was a really traumatic experience. Okay,
Yeah, it had to work for that much pain.
no, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I don't
Yeah.
shave. It's boring.
Why not wax?
Ooh, I ain't done that before.
Because the thing is with waxing,
Sorry.
you've now got you can only like wax hair after it's like a certain length, otherwise it doesn't come off. And
Right,
I
so
hate
you have to
I
let it
hate
grow out to-
I hate body hair on me, innit?
Fair.
Free up the ting. Anyone want to grow their ting, love that. But
Yeah.
me, innit? I like to be smooth.
Yeah.
So I can't like
Did you just shave?
every day.
Every day.
Whole body every
I'll be
day.
honest, my leg hair don't grow like that. I got my mum's legs. Like I ain't shaved this leg in like 2 months.
There was a laser.
No, this ain't laser. It's just
That's the same as my leg
It's
this
just
morning.
leg.
Oh yeah, just leg.
It's just raw leg.
It's just raw leg. God damn.
Max and Amir, do you two shave?
Yeah.
Where? What are you talking?
Hello. Oi,
'Cause
oi.
look at these legs, man. These are hairy legs. I
Get
don't.
legs that?
Yeah, I'm
What
glad I
of
don't have to take as much care as the women do. I feel
Yeah,
for you
yeah,
lot,
yeah.
like
Do you what about man then? Would you like get your eyebrows done? Because a couple like that's become a
A
thing,
couple
innit?
people need it.
Nah.
Yeah, T.
if the little
Yeah.
monobrows
I'll only-
connected, it's like whoa. But I
I'll only
won't go
touch
and
my
get it
beard.
done. I'll
On the hair.
attempt myself.
But
Eyebrows
if you
would-
had a unibrow, what you'd leave it?
I would remove that.
Okay. I'm just checking we're all on the same
That
page.
is gonna go.
Hello, welcome to Got a Problem podcast. Whether you have a problem with current affairs, popular culture, Gen Z moments, whatever it is, even the way that people walk, talk, and breathe, this is the place for you. We are your hosts. I am Isra, a radio-winning.
radio winning.
She won the radio.
All of it. Completed.
Defeated the radio.
Yeah, completed it.
Final boss radio.
That's a
Is it
good radio
FM?
name, you know.
Final boss radio. That's sick. You should actually.
Yo.
Final Boss
I
Radio.
trademark it ASAP.
We are your hosts. I'm Isra. I'm an award-winning radio presenter. Flipping hell, man. It's not like usually get cold.
Tough
I
crowds.
also create content, general funny woman, and I like to enjoy and joke about life. Thanks so much. Love you guys.
Hi, I'm Max. I talk all things music and UK rap online, and you'd have seen me somewhere.
Hey, I'm Kim. I love to chat. I'm on TikTok and other places having chats.
My name's Amir. I'm a content creator, podcast host, and I love to laugh.
What's the podcast called?
Last of the real.
Let's get into the charts. Producers, what have you got for us today then?
Right, so at number 5 on the Got a Problem charts this week, we have legalizing drugs in the UK.
MPs face pressure to legalise cannabis after the announcement came yesterday that Germany was the third European Union member to legalise the drug for personal use after Malta and Luxembourg.
Yeah, members of the public will be allowed to openly carry 25 grams of cannabis, hold 50 grams at home, and cultivate a maximum of 3 plants. But should the UK follow in the same direction? It's a question that's been around for a very long time. And with us in the studio to talk about this is Nick Pateras, who is a medical cannabis expert, and Ed Davis, who's policy director at the Centre for Social Justice. Good morning to
got
you
some in their
both. Really
pockets
good
right
to
now.
see both of you.
He's buzzed,
Should we
babe.
just start with the pros and cons? Why should we even consider using cannabis? Because it does have some really good properties.
It does, and I think that the starting point for this debate is really around acknowledging that the policy of prohibition has been a failure, that the market hasn't gone away. In fact, it's growing at an increasing rate since cannabis and all of the compounds were thrown into this sin bin 50 years ago. And so we now have to acknowledge that youth access continues to rise, that regulation is really the responsible way for us to address the public safety and health issues around this topic.
Interesting. And Ed, you would oppose that?
Yes, very much so, yeah. I suppose, I mean, coming from the right back to basics, why do we prohibit cannabis now? It's because it's a harmful substance. It's because it's associated with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, psychosis, mental health.
Well, very
Isn't that
strong
skunk?
cannabis.
Yeah.
It's skunk cannabis. It's
Tell them.
lower doses. Lower doses of
like, yo,
cannabis.
hold
and I'm
on.
speaking as a
They're
man
even-
have
they're
really
even-
excited.
yo,
Just sniff in his pocket.
Carry on there.
Try
It's
this.
not just this thing. So there are associations at all levels, particularly depression in young people and later suicidal effects.
Yeah.
Really good studies on that sort of thing. That there is an association, however little. But then there's also the added thing. So at the moment, the other things that I work on in my work, working poverty, is children missing school. There's a huge link with cannabis and failure at school. I work on economic activity and some of the drivers of that, which look at mental health problems in young people. Again, is this the way that we solve mental health problems in young
But we
people?
wouldn't be legalising it
by
for young
opening it up?
children.
Exactly.
It would be
We'd
for
be doing
adults.
it for young people. We would see an increase
Yo,
in
she's
that sort of
angry,
18
you
to
know.
24 bracket. And certainly
I'd
this
love to
idea
be
that
on one of
prohibition
these.
She's
hasn't
shut.
worked. Every single
Always
survey
got a
ever
for
done
and
of people
against at
saying,
this
would you use it if it was legalised, suggests that they would. And there are lots of countries where it has been legalised that has seen increases, particularly in young people.
Do you know how good our economy would be if they legalize weed?
Can I just?
Do you know how much? Do you know how much bread would make in our
Yeah.
country?
Good
There's a
taxes.
gap in the
You're
market.
telling me the European countries with the most stable governments and the strongest economies legalize weed, but it's a bad idea. Like, there's a correlation, though.
Well, I think there's a massive misconception with what legalizing drugs mean,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people think you can just go now buy 8-ball and Asda, but really what it's about is about how they treat people when they find them with small levels of possession, right? So instead of nicking them, it's like, we're going to give you, go to AA, go to NA for a week, or you're going to get a little fine. And the whole point is about prevention and treating drug issue as a health issue and not a fucking criminal issue.
Yeah.
Like, people take drugs, absolutely, but addiction is also a disease. So it's like, we're not helping our society if every time someone's got a little 20 gram of coke, 20 gram, is that a lot? Sorry, is that a lot?
It's quite a bit.
A small percentage, a small person who's like nicking people who like are addicted to drugs, they're on the street and putting them in jail. That doesn't help us as a
Yeah,
society.
definitely.
Like, how is that going to help us? But if we can actually look at it as a health issue, we take these people and think, do you know what? You've obviously got a problem. You got a problem. You got a problem. Let's go and let's actually help you. That would just help the stigma around drug and the stigma around drug issues. But I just feel like our country is just so far from actually doing things that help
Yeah.
people. They don't want to.
Yeah, I think there's a good way to do it, like you're saying, like you decriminalize it before you legalize it.
Yeah.
And then you
Exactly.
can do it slowly, you can regulate, you can tax it, make money, but also make sure people aren't smoking stuff that's gonna mess up their bodies. And like educate people around it. And I don't think weed will be any worse for our society than vapes that children are vaping.
It's very true.
And alcohol, like we don't get educated enough about alcohol. The young people go crazy with it. Like I don't think weed would be worse than that. So
The weed's
why not?
already here though as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
So we'll just make
People
it
are already
cleaner,
bunning trees from
safer.
age 10. So
literally.
like, let's get some education around it. Let's help. And it's such, weed is so linked as well to like young black boys, so linked to it. But like, everybody smokes weed as well. And I feel like it's not always taken in the same way. Do you know what I mean? Which is weird.
But that's what it is. It's like a class thing, it's a socioeconomic thing, and there's a racial thing, because it was like, if we're going to start talking about, okay, actually the people that can afford harder drugs, for example, like cocaine, and making sure that the people that are doing coke and selling it and all of that are doing the time, half of our government wouldn't be in
Oh, yeah.
power,
There's
half of the
definitely
banks would be
hypocrisy
shutting
there.
down. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's very easy to pin the like stereotype of
you-
weed when
exactly.
all the people having these debates and flipping snorting
Oh,
the cocaine in the Houses of Parliament.
There we go. Like, I remember when I worked in finance, I went into the disabled toilet one time. On top of the toilet roll dispenser, there is coke remnants.
Yeah.
At work.
It's very common, yeah.
Bunning a spliff on a Friday night is not the same as
Yeah.
snorting coke just to get through a working day. Like, it's not the same, but it's one of those ones where it's very highly associated with a
certain group,
a certain group of it, which usually tend to be young black men. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's one of those ones where, okay, decriminalizing it means that you're not giving a friggin' 8-year sentence to somebody who had
100%.
like a bit of weed on them.
But we have to think about as well about the impact of, like, say these young boys who are running around with a little 8-ball, they're getting roughed up, they're getting searched, getting patted down. Like, those things have massive impacts on people and how they grow up, how they view society, how they view themselves. So, like, I don't even think people really deep. Listen, I've started watching Top Boy for the first time ever. I know I'm a bit late. I'm a very sensitive soul, so I've had to like build myself up.
Old season or the Drake season?
The Drake, so like, not Summer House, the new one.
The new one,
Summer House too, though.
I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I've watched that, and I just watching it, like, it just makes me feel so sad to think like, just what some young kids have to do from such a young age. And obviously, this is all part of the conversation, but those things affect them into adulthood. When these people are young men, these kids have PTSD from the way that like the police treat them, society treat them, the things they're forced to do because of socioeconomic pressures and stuff like that. And I just think if we could decriminalize weed, let's start with weed, that would definitely help these people. Will it actually happen though? I don't know.
I got a question. You see, let's say if they do legalize it tomorrow. What about the people that are already in pen?
They would probably they probably have to do something about that.
Yeah, at least cut their sentences. I don't know, but
I don't know how it
cut
works.
it down. I was thinking
Yeah.
that as well. I think they would probably cut it down.
It's probably the amount as well.
Yeah,
it's probably the
depends,
amount. So if you're within the legal amount, say if you had enough intent to supply, like a criminal operation, probably at the time, it's one of those ones where under the law at the time
But
you have
you're
to.
But if I had like a little baggie, would I get sentenced?
You should
Would
get
get
free.
sentenced for that, or they allow you off?
I think I don't know. I think it depends on what's the fucking officer as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It does depend
they
on
will
them,
let
you're
you off.
right.
Sometimes now you've had a little weed. Now they've boxed you up. They beat you down. You're on the floor. You're bleeding. What's all that about? Or you're getting nicked and now you're in the cell for 46 hours. Your whole day, life,
It's
week
down
is
to whether
ruined.
they have a good day or
That's
or a
what I'm
bad day or not.
saying. Oh,
That's the thing. That
gosh.
guy as well. The guy his job is apparently social justice something. You're social rubbish. That's what you are, because he's here talking about it's linked to weed is linked to young people and their depression. It gives them depression. No. Young people are absolutely desperate in life, and there are no opportunities. The government, the friggin' Tory government, we got rid of them. This is going out after the Tory government got rid of them
Barely.
just about. Labour aren't much better, but it's one of those ones where you absolutely decimated the future for young people, absolutely decimated for them,
And then vilify them.
and then you vilify them when they're using very normal human ways of release, like cannabis. We didn't just start smoking spliffs, babe.
Yeah, trust.
Do you see what I'm saying? And you're saying it's a cause for their depression. No. If you gave them maybe proper support, they wouldn't feel the need to abuse narcotics or use narcotics in the first place, let alone abuse them, that kind of thing. But
100%.
Right, so on that note, we're going to move on to number 4 on the charts, which is monogamy and polygamy.
Polyamory. Pros and cons.
oh.
Let's start with the pros. Lots of great communication.
Sounds like a lot of work. I mean, it is a lot
It
of
is a
work.
lot of work, actually.
But it's one of the biggest pros because it helps you deal with all of your stuff.
I think another pro is having very close mirrors. Like, I get to see myself reflected back in two people that I really love, and it's a really fantastic tool for self-development and reflection.
Increased sense of intimacy and support. It's like when you build a community of friends and you have several friends that get along together and you get to hang out together, that kind of support, intimacy, and love can be amazing. Another pro is having your cake and eating it too. You get the great, juicy, wonderful, amazing, stable relationship that you're looking for / relationships, and you get the
Great
fun
sex.
and excitement of new
Great
dates.
sex.
New dates.
And great sex.
And great sex.
And great sex. Okay, let's move on to cons. Scheduling. Scheduling is very tough. We'll start dating outside of the smaller thing. Making time for one another is very challenging. Another con, having to almost constantly be sitting with big emotions. So much conversation happening all the goddamn time, which we did say is a pro, but it's also sometimes a con when there's just so much to work through. Sometimes I just want to be a potato.
And the biggest pro-con of all...
A pro-con?
Fuck.
What is your pro-con, man?
God damn it, let me think! Polyamory overall, when things are good, they're great, and when they're bad, they can be pretty bad.
Some other cons that we have yet to experience. Oh, actually, no, we have. We actually already went through this. One con is, I think, the loss of, your metamors and the, swinging door of partners. I had a partner who I'm no longer seeing, who was Pat's metamor, who they had a relationship, and then once me and that person broke up, they didn't have a relationship anymore. But
Yeah.
that isn't necessarily always going to be the case. You can arrange it so that that doesn't necessarily happen, but like I'm sure that kind of felt like a con.
My relationship with that person wasn't built independently of you, so then when that ended, it had to end.
Interesting.
That really is interesting.
Based off that video, I don't know about you, but did it not feel like at the start they were really like fun and excited about it, and by the end they were actually quite like sad about it?
Yeah.
They're like, they
Like
realize
the cons actually hit deep for them.
Yeah. They're like, oh wait, actually, I really want this.
I don't know. I feel like me with the whole polyamory situation, sometimes I think like, have I just been socialized to believe that you should just be with one person? Well, yeah, of course I have. We all have. So sometimes like, I don't get it personally. I absolutely respect it, and I think people should do whatever they want in relationships if it's consensual and it's safe. I personally wouldn't enter in one, but then sometimes I think, is that just because I've been socialized that way? But also, I'm lazy, tell you that, number one. I ain't got time to do all that scheduling stuff. That's fucking long. Are you mad? I don't want to talk to bare people, that as well. And I still like, I think when I want a partner, I just want it to be just us two. But also, I was also raised that way. Everyone on TV was that way. So I think a part of it is socialization, but I think the other part of it, like I just have no interest in having 72 babeses. That is a long day. What if you forget their name? I would.
I'm not a fan because unfortunately I'm straight, and I say unfortunately because finding one man that I give enough of a fuck about is hard enough, let alone finding two. So it's just a shit show. But even like growing up Muslim, obviously Muslim men are allowed to marry 4 wives. Muslim women aren't, but Muslim men are. I tell you this for free. Even if God said it's all right, if my husband decides to get another wife, I am leaving. It's not for me. It's not for me. If you want to do it, great. But for me personally, I'm hella jealous, man. I'm hella jealous. I can't do that.
I'm too conservative for that. I'll just stick to one person, man. I can't, man.
I know. I've got a couple friends in like open relationships and stuff.
I
and
can't do that.
I find it very interesting to hear it because I'll speak to them because they are very good communicators. Because like they were saying, you have to be like, it's the fundamental rule. I feel like with any relationship, but specifically in polyamorous relationships, is you have to be able to like communicate your feelings to everyone to make sure everyone's okay. So I do find it really interesting. But I mean, this is from like zero experience, just my point of view. I just don't understand like how. Like, what if you want to have a kid? What if you want to get married? Like,
I suppose it then changes.
Yeah, like, and I feel like
Then.
it's a natural yearning. Maybe when you're younger, you want to be more free, whatever. But there's a natural yearning for me anyway to want to have a wife and kids and like build a family. And I don't see how that like natural instinct can work in a polyamorous relationship. But again, I'd like to know. That's not.
I think it was interesting when she said. I think also because we are. I speak for everyone, all monogamous here. I think it's obviously our perception of cheating. At the minute you step out, it's cheating. So that's why I think sometimes I find it hard to wrap my head around the polyamorous
you're
thing.
Just okay with them going out and doing their thing with someone else, and you're sat at home. And like, how's your day going? Like,
it's just I don't know. I just don't think it's for me. I just don't think it's for me. But I think that I'm just a monogamous babe, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting to hear people talk about it, and a lot of people are so happy. One open relationship couple I knew was like they had been together for a really long time, and they had essentially said if they never did this, they wouldn't have been together anymore. And that made me feel like this is interesting because to me that would be a signal that we should end this now, not involve
but
extra
to them
new,
it's a solution,
not add
a
extra
problem.
people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it depends on how you see love and if you think you can love multiple people at the same time. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm just a young baby girl. Do you know what I mean?
But in terms of like families and stuff, I can't remember what it was, but I saw it on a documentary once. But I remember there was like a couple that had a child and they lived in the house and both the parents had partners, right? And they all lived in the same house. I think at the start they had like some social care like concerns because like social workers come around being like, is everything all right?
Yeah.
And then they actually realised, no, it is genuinely just an open relationship.
Yeah,
like,
if
it's
you can
nothing.
make it work,
And they
then
made it
fair
work.
play.
Like,
To be fair, the more parents, the better.
do you know what I mean?
To be honest,
You've always got a babysitter.
Yeah,
Two is not enough.
Maybe they were onto something.
I think if it works, it works. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of space for nonsense to be going on. And I think I've also noticed that I think some men, I've noticed in my experience, will say they're in an open relationship, but does your girlfriend? Does she know? Does your girlfriend know that you're in an open relationship?
Don't like that.
Because I don't know if she knows, babe. That's crazy.
Right, now we'll move on to the next topic. So number 3 is homeschooling.
How the hell are you going to prepare them for the real world if you're always homeschooling your kids and mollycoddling them and they can decide what they're going to do? What they're going to do when they have a real job?
I think it's the complete opposite.
Why?
How is school the real world? How can you compare a classroom to the real world?
obedience.
Why should we be obedient?
Period.
Who wants you to be obedient?
How interesting. What entrepreneurs aren't born from obedience, are they?
No.
But we are taught to kind of be obedient because, right, you have to listen to your.
But who does that suit? Kind of school came at the same time as the Industrial Revolution, and they wanted to create workers that would fit into the system. And I don't necessarily share this view, but there are comparisons of the school system to prisons. And if you look at the buildings and the way that you have to ask for permission for things, you have certain times, you have breaks for things, everything is set into a certain time frame, and you have an authority to figure everything within that. They kind of compare them.
She's
So
got
it's-
She's got a point.
So
She's got a
it's-
point. A good point.
But the thing is, the argument is she talking about it? I think she's talking about like the school system as it is currently, but as opposed to like homeschooling versus like going to school. Because if you're if you're talking about a shit school, then yeah, that's a shit school where like children aren't encouraged to be creative. They're not allowed to go outside.
I
all of
think
these things,
to
which
an
is most of
extent,
schools.
all schools are like that. Like all schools have rules. Like even thinking about things like not being able to have long nails, not being able to have dyed hair and stuff like that. Like, what does that prepare you for? Absolutely nothing.
See, you need to do reform for that. But like, respectfully, a lot of people, if they were to be homeschooled, we would have a lot of problems in this society because
it's true.
they're-
Because we need to check the
yeah,
parents,
basic maths, basic English,
Interesting.
science, understand. Like in America, for example, their history, their geography, their understanding of the world and how society works is shot because their geography is they do US based geography, they do US history, they don't do global history, don't do global geography, they don't do religious studies either. So it's one of those ones where there needs to be, or if you are being homeschooled in this country, there needs to be a standardized pack that they send out. You can't just let your homeschool your kids and teach them whatever they want.
But arguably, schools can teach whatever they want from the curriculum. They don't have to follow any one thing. Like for example, like gendered ideology, a school doesn't have to teach if they don't want to, but it's an option. And I think I'm not against the homeschooling thing. Like I went to a normal school, do you know what I mean? But I see why people do it, and I think if you're going to do it properly, you're going to get a tutor or whatever, or whoever, an actual teacher. I think that's calm. I asked my friend this yesterday because she literally said to me she's going to homeschool her kids just because she thinks schools are fucked in this country. And I said, all right, fair enough. My question was, what about the socialization of the kids?
Yeah.
And what she said was, she said she'd put them in mad extracurricular activities. And I was like, do you know what? Fair enough. Because some people have really bad experiences in schools. And I agree with what she said about the whole prison situation. Not exactly like for like, but
there's a similarity.
the authoritative figure and all these fucking rules that don't actually translate in actual adult society. What in school about doing the 9 to 3:30 translates to being an adult?
But it's also it's things like discipline, like genuinely, it's also discipline, timekeeping, understanding of rules about like how we work in society. And if you're just a child doing that on your own at home and you go for clubs one time, I don't think you necessarily understand that. Hey, no, you need to follow rules, otherwise there's consequences. Do you see what I'm saying? Because getting told off at like for a play group, for example, where they don't have the authority or the ability to sanction you or discipline you in that way. I don't think a child would understand, okay, there's actual negative consequences to my behavior beyond just not being able to have as much fun.
But do you not think that's dependent on the parent or whoever's doing the homeschooling? Because they would still do sanctioning and still, do you know what I mean, there'll still be repercussions for your actions. I think it depends on who's...
I think it's I sit in between both of you where like, with you it's a matter of the quality of the school.
Right.
And like, so from my experience, when I was a child, I went to 2 different primary schools. The first one I went up to till year 4 and all they cared about was SATs. You shouldn't be changing
Academia.
8-year-old. You shouldn't be like focusing 8-year-olds on exams. That
No.
just shouldn't happen.
I agree.
No.
The next school I went to, it was the total opposite. You could wear clothes, you could wear uniform, like you could wear whatever you want. The teachers were so calm. They would take us on trips every single week. It's like, cool, you're studying history. Let's go to the museum. Like,
What school is that?
It was the best. Genuinely changed my life. Like, it made me an extrovert, and like that's
it.
changed who I am today.
That's it.
And I feel like most schools aren't like that.
Yeah.
And I had the two polar dip, like, and it genuinely changed my life. I feel like
Back to back.
there's more flexibility with homeschooling where you could do that. If it's just you and your child, take them around London in a day.
And
It's
do what they
empty.
want.
It'll be beautiful. You don't have to worry about 30 other kids. But then there's the social element. Like, I find secondary school, that's where you make friends for life. So
Yeah, man.
that's hard.
Also,
So
a
I
lot
feel
of
like there's a...
people get traumatized.
Do you know what?
Secondary school.
That's it. I think it's an English thing as well because I think it's Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or wherever it is, but in Japan, I believe it's Japan, but in the first 2 years when you go to school, you don't learn anything academic.
Really?
You get taught like how to cross a road, like basic
Oh,
human
good.
society.
Yeah.
And like,
Is that what
yeah,
they
things.
do?
Pardon?
Is that what they do?
I believe it's Japan.
That's like
I think-
parenting.
No, no,
That's
but
You know
really-
the Arabic show Khawatir? Do you know what? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you don't know it?
Can't say I do.
Do you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, Khawatir basically covered it, and he went to Japan. He did it. So basically, it's literally they teach kids how to like wash their hands, but like how to be a good human. That's what you see how this society's nice and everything run
This
on
country
time.
could never.
Impossible. But that's the thing. It's like, why are you making? I remember my school. I started doing exams in year 3.
Did you guys like school?
No.
I like school.
I
It's just
don't
fun and games for me.
I liked primary, the new one, and then secondary was mixed.
I only took it seriously up until GCSE times.
I just think it's so easy to have a bad secondary school experience, and I always think about things like that. It's so easy to get bullied, to have a shit experience. Like it's just so it's such a, for me, I feel it was such a horrible. I went to all girls school. All girls school, when everyone's popping off puberty, that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
and it wasn't
I feel I need some more nurturing. And
it wasn't like I had
first
it
period
wasn't
of
like I had a terrible experience, but like I would never go back and do it again. And I just feel like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had blossomed.
Yeah,
I feel like I blossomed when I went to like, what's it called? What happens after
College,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. After that, where I had more freedom to like study what I wanted to study, hang out with who I wanted to study, and not like be trapped in this confined bubble. That's why I'm like, I'm not against homeschooling. I personally wouldn't do it. I think there are loads of benefits to going to a school, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think if you've got proper tutor, ex-teacher, whatever, doing this stuff, I think that's absolutely sick. And then you're going to do other stuff on the side. I think that's awesome. But I think obviously it's up to the parents at the end of the day. We should give them the freedom to...
Sometimes there's no discipline at home as well.
Yeah, so it depends what kind of parent.
But do you want to send your kid to school to get disciplined?
No, but sometimes...
But to learn, like...
To learn right from wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's no one can discipline my child.
That's what I'm saying now.
No one can. Have you seen that video of that woman that came in America? She came into the classroom and she said to all the bullies, because they were bullying her daughter, who was like 15.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
She said to all the bullies, she was like, I'm not going to fight you because you're kids.
I'll fight
tell
your mum.
tell your auntie, tell your grandma.
And that's why it's a problem. That's why it's a problem.
That's it.
Because now I'm fighting.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah, yeah.
nan. That's not right. That's not right.
If you guys had children and your child came to you and said, listen, this school thing just isn't for me, I want to be homeschooled.
Interesting. It depends, because it's a big ask to just homeschool your child. Like,
Yeah,
that's a big
It's
like
an
ask.
expense.
That's a whole
It's
other
an expense.
responsibility.
And I feel like there is like a lack of options. Like there should be other like different schooling styles which you can maybe try. Because like everyone knows, like I went to a massive school. There's so many people it just didn't work for them, and they went to they got expelled for clearly the wrong reasons. But it was like the school didn't have the funding or the facilities to help these people. So it's a tough one, and
so tough.
It's hard as like a parent, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because you might not have the bread, or you might have to be like, listen, in life you're gonna have to do subjects you hate, like you have to touch you hate. So
I think it depends why they're saying they don't. Do you know what I mean? Why they say they don't like it. If it's something serious, I don't know what that could be. But like, even say down to bullying, like if the bullying is out of control, there's nothing like as a parent. What can you do? I'd take my kid out of the situation. If it was getting, because even like the trans girl Brianna Gay who was being bullied, and then they killed her. Do you know what I mean? Like as a parent, you wouldn't be like, go back to the school. These people are bullying you. Do you know what I mean? So I know that's really trigger warning. I should have dropped to that. But I think it depends on what's happening in the school. Why do they want to be homeschooled? If they're just having a bad day, because sometimes as a kid, you're just being ridiculous. Let's be honest. You're just being absolutely ridiculous, and you're just thinking, fuck everybody, fuck my maths teacher, fuck my ballet teacher. Like you just being. That was me. I got kicked out of bed. But that's just being an ejat. It wasn't that I actually needed to come out of school.
Right.
But sometimes you need to.
yeah, as a parent, you need to understand what your kids actually
Or just
saying.
like let's check this back in 6 weeks, next term, and see what's really going on. I'll come chat to your teacher. Let's make a plan.
Yeah.
Because also as a parent, you're supposed to guide your child, because kids don't know.
what's what.
But if it's like a serious situation, it's really not. Then you do the best that you can as a parent. Do you know what I mean? But we're also sitting here, all of us with no youths. I think. Anyone got youths here?
No.
Not yet.
No.
I hope not.
I hope you'd know if you had a youth.
I'm pro boarding school though.
Really?
Like, I'm pro
Are
boarding school.
you?
Yeah.
How so? Why so?
Monday to Friday.
Just want to get rid of the kids.
Well, lad, I didn't get
Well,
out of here,
take
bro.
a-
Okay, Monday
I
to
wanna be a
Friday.
hot mum. Monday to Friday, pick you up on the weekends.
I ain't against that.
Do you know what I mean? Monday to
Nah,
Friday.
I'd want to see my kid
Monday
in
to
the
Friday,
game,
pick you
man.
up on the weekend, and I just want to be just out of bounds. I want to be like an hour and a half away. Do you know what I mean? Under an hour, you'd be like, oh, mum, just come pick me up. But hour and a half, my youth's going to rethink that.
But what are the actual benefits of going boarding school versus like
It's like the
everyday
right
school?
boarding school is a friggin' link up. Like it is literally like it's like you're at, you know, the PGL, Parents Get Lost.
Yeah.
It's like that full time. So my school was a boarding school, but the girls did like, it was only international students aboarded, so I didn't board, right? But my sister and my brother went to a nicer school, like
Is it secondary or primary?
It's a secondary. No, primary, hell no.
Yeah.
You're coming to my house. But secondary or like college, for example, like when you've got really, really long full days, for example, and the school's like a little bit further, because I'd love the option to pick the school that my youths go to. It's one of those ones where if the school's further away, stay there. It's also a vibe. You used to socialize more. You become more independent. Before you go to uni and you're like, fuck, I'm just doing this life thing. You have that little bit of something where you've got to wake up, you got free periods, and you end up building it's more of a holistic lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start,
I hear it.
yeah, that kind of thing.
That's a good way to look at it, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that.
So the next topic on the chart is cultural festivals and celebrations. Yeah, our community feel that the success of Notting Hill Carnival is not fairly measured by mainstream media. Yeah, this is following an article published on The Guardian where Susan Hall described the celebration of Caribbean culture as dangerous and said that there are problems with crime in the black community. Yeah. This is a former mayor candidate, by the way, and has advocated for relocating the event and likened it to vandalism, asserting that some fail to grasp its potential dangers.
Relocate
She's
where?
never been in her
Rwanda.
life. She's never been in her life.
I bet you.
She saw one TikTok video. No, I don't.
Yeah, obviously, like the reasons why people think that it's biased is because if you look at the difference between Creamfields and Carney, the arrest rate is significantly different, and it doesn't receive the same press.
Well, what's the main difference between the people going to those two events? Can anyone care to tell me?
Electronic one's EDM.
Would it be the demographic?
Not on my watch.
Do you know what I mean?
media?
Because you don't need drugs to enjoy soca,
Biased?
babe. You need drugs to enjoy EDM.
Yeah, I mean that stat just speaks for itself with the article itself. It's just that's just a representation of the media. And not,
Listen, they're not complaining when Notting Hill Carnival is bringing mad tourism,
Brings
mad
in
peas.
money.
People come from all over the motherfucking
Even
world
Rihanna comes back.
to come to Carnival. What London Carnival's what? The second?
2 days.
2 days.
No, is it this? Is the
the bank holiday in
no, but is
August,
it the
Sunday,
second
Monday.
biggest in the world? Because there's Rio.
Yeah.
Rio.
No, I think maybe the Toronto one might be.
Isn't the top three?
Top three, yeah.
It's in the top fucking three.
Jamaica's one was the
Is
biggest.
it Trinidad's one, man?
Okay, well, it's in the top three, guys. Yeah.
It's pretty
So
big.
everybody David Attenborough now, isn't it?
It's a very special occasion. Anyways, I just feel like it's so easy to try and criminalize it and make it look shit because it's black people.
Yeah.
It started by Claudia Jones in 19 God knows what. Do you know what I mean?
66 started.
Jeez. Yeah, I should know that. I'm actually Windrush, but I
Wow,
rate that.
sir.
Anyways, like, of course they're going to criminalize it, but people looking at Carnival for the wrong reasons, right? It's a celebration of Caribbean culture. Arguably, and I'm not being biased because I'm a Caribbean babe, it's the best fucking day of the year. Like, there's nothing but positive. For me, there's nothing but positive vibes, food, and it's like any culture can come and join it. Do you know what I mean? It's a beautiful day. So when I see stuff like this, it's so fucking annoying because it's like, this is not an event that's about bad blood. It's literally about sharing something with people. Obviously, there's two little slaps here and a little this and that. People getting arrested all the time. Yeah, but look at the fucking statistics.
Look at Creamfields, yeah.
Look at Creamfields. People probably shot in fucking crack cocaine at the festival. That's not happening at Carnival.
Crazy.
People are eating jerk chicken, catch little cheeky wives. They're ex. Do you know what I mean? God, it's too much.
With the X, yeah?
That's the problem.
Not on my watch.
Yeah, Carnival's a great place to rekindle a romance, though. I've heard.
It is.
Have any of you ever have you been Carnival?
Yeah.
Any of you ever felt unsafe at all at Carnival?
Yeah, I'd say.
How's
There was a stampede one time.
Fair.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Fair.
Yeah.
I thought I don't know. It's like it felt like one attack.
I think when you see loads of people running, that's very scary regardless.
My heart.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel safer at Carnival than on a normal night out.
Yeah, because it's just like you're not
It's
even
good
contained
vibes.
anywhere. You can just roam.
Yeah,
Like.
because it's a good time. And also one of those ones where, for example, if you're dancing with someone, they understand that the notion of dancing is a part of the festival. As opposed to if you're in a dance and you're dancing with someone, you're now getting grabbed and pulled back and all of this and come in. Do you know what I mean? There's an understanding.
It's cultural understanding.
Yeah, it's a
of what it
cultural
is,
understanding of you're here to dance, walk a little bit, carry on, do this, do that.
I think just when people see large amounts of like black people, people of color in spaces, that's when these people start saying stupid nonsense. Like,
there's literally no need to say this at all. Like, I don't understand
what did she say? Relocate the event to bloody where? I saw that one.
Isle of Wight.
No,
They
they
just take
said-
over the whole of the Isle of Wight.
I saw once they said something like they should relocate it to some sort of park. Are they right? Do you know how many people come to Carnival?
Let's have in Glastonbury.
It's like 2 mil.
Yeah, honestly, it would be like Glastonbury. It would be like Glastonbury. If they were to do it, it would be like
Oh
Glastonbury.
my god, you have to do little tent site and everything.
I guarantee you.
that's
Camping
long,
for Carnival
man.
is crazy.
I
I'll
guarantee
never
you,
go.
Susan Hall has never been to a good shibs in her life.
She ain't got a nice wine.
At
Not
all.
once.
Not
She needs a
once.
little wine.
What's the solution? Do we invite Susan Hall to Carnival?
Nah,
or
man.
do we not want her there?
Look her up on the day.
I think we
Don't
should
let
arrest.
her
I think
out.
we should arrest her. This is hate speech
Should
right
we invite
here.
her on here? Have a conversation with her. on
Yeah,
here?
let's do it.
Bring her.
I'm not.
Actually,
I'm not ready. I don't got time.
she'd
for
have to
that.
sit here.
I know, right next to us. Oh,
Today's topic: racism.
So Susan,
How do you guys feel about them talking about potentially ticketing Carnival?
no, that's coming
nah,
now.
it just
He's in all. He's in all.
it's a
No, but the thing
celebration.
is, how would they even? How could they do it? You can enter Carnival from any random
Yeah.
road
Yeah.
in
Who gets
West.
the
It
money?
goes from Grove to Warwick to.
Do you know what I mean?
Who are you paying for Carnival?
Who's the no right? If the money is going back to the people that own the stalls, cool.
But
I'm not
they
s-
earn the money
That's
at Carnival
what I'm
anyway.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
I
getting
don't
charged
know.
£15 for a box of chicken and rice.
You
babe.
already pay peas at
Yeah.
Carnival. Go to someone's yard to go to the toilet. It's £2.
Yeah, well,
Probably
they
£4 this year.
get their
I
money.
saw that as well. They have signs.
I've been
as well.
going
That's
to
mad.
I've been going to other people's yard. It's so crazy.
Would the
man.
idea of ticketing it be to like commercialize it in a way, or would it be to like
it's also to
make it
control,
safe,
like-
more control?
Yeah, I think it's to control like footfall and how many people come.
They
and-
can't control
They
it.
do
on
have
the
they
street.
do have the like airport security thing.
They
that you
do,
walk
but never,
through,
no
but they
one
never
ever walks through
I
it.
swear they
The
never
way
walk
around
they
it.
control that is so
Yeah.
mad. It's
Who's the money going
They
to as
walk
well?
around it.
The gov.
Who's the money going to? Do you know what I'm saying?
Gov.
Why is a
Govy
white
gov.
British government,
government, and
profiting
this is
off
their
of
view of
Black
Carnival,
Caribbean
like.
culture again?
The
Like,
people that
doesn't
already
make
have
sense.
caused so much bloody the whole reason we've done is anyways. I digress. The point
No, but
is,
that's-
how would they control it though?
No, that's so valid. You want to keep deporting the Windrush elders, but when it comes to Carnival, you want to make money off
Make
it.
money off it. That's a very good point.
It's the Windrush elders that made
Wallah, I think
Carnival
I'll
Yeah.
take
as a
it.
reaction,
Yeah, man.
as a
That's
reaction
charming.
to their experience of
That's
coming to this
jarring.
waste cadet country.
Bun
yeah.
Babylon.
Bun Babylon, yeah, they come to this country. You lot begged us to come here, begged on your knees,
Yeah.
build up World War II,
Off you
repatriate,
go.
and then you were absolute wankers.
What is next?
What was next, my?
Oh, I saw a little something about this on the Winster.
getting out.
Last week we launched a piece of research, and basically we were uncovering minority groups' attitudes towards the UK. So this feeds in nicely to the UK just being bad vibes.
Oh, this is the result.
And the upcoming general election. So we found that 66% of people are thinking about bailing out of the UK.
What?
1 in 7 felt they wanted to leave due to racism. And this is what
That's a
happened.
large number.
This is what happened after the Independent published the work. These responses came back from Twitter.
So Ben Smith said, "Excellent news, but we need to pump those numbers up."
I love you, Ben.
Said, "Wow, that was the story. Is there some sort of fundraiser we can donate to, or a way to financially aid them? We need the flights leaving ASAP." FBA Paul said, "Fantastic.
Yeah,
How
bake
can
their
we get
names
up to
out."
7 and 7." And John Dawson 10 said, "Can I help towards paying for flights? Those numbers needs bumping up." I hope the same way they felt comfortable, they will be comfortable also seeing this on YouTube.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
gangster. Thank you,
Do
production.
you know what? I would love, just as a little social experiment, just if we could like go into a vortex of in England without any black people, any people of color. I would love to see their experience of this country. It'll be fucking shit. Let me tell you that.
It would look
It'll
like
be fucking shit.
Have you ever seen? We saw Fallout together, didn't we?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember Fallout? How it was just wasteland,
Everyone was
nuclear
dead.
wasteland. This is what the UK would look like if you didn't have any immigrants here.
Absolutely
Just
ridiculous.
Just ex-World War II bunkers and a tin of spam. You prick.
I'm saying this in a good way. They're probably better off anywhere else than here, to be honest.
Who, us lot?
Yeah, man.
Where are we better off?
But UK, bro.
Okay, cool. That's fair.
It's a
But
landmine.
but tell me seriously, where are we better off? I'm being deadly serious now. What are my options?
If you say Dubai, I've already.
Anywhere else.
I ain't going
else
to
is
Dubs.
much better.
That's the issue. Is a lot of people are leaving from the UK to go to the Middle
I
East.
don't want to go to
But then you don't.
Dubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what percentage of the UK voted Reform yesterday?
A high percentage.
It was shockingly high.
Yeah.
Like,
Clacton. I ain't ever going there. You mad?
but it's like
I ain't never going there.
I mean, maybe not all of them, but I would like to say most of them are racist or have racist views.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so this kind of ties in with this. Like, if 1 in 7 people felt that they wanted to leave due to racism, does that just mean like 1 in 7 people are racist here? Wait, maybe that's not quite exactly that.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of racist people in this country.
This is
And but they're also like. I have a friend of mine who is, and she's not a white babe, partner is white, and they voted reform. And I said, are you all right?
Yeah, but people are confused.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Deeply. This is not for you.
Yeah.
That's not for you. And that's why everyone has the right to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
And do what you want with that. But yeah, it's all bull.
But they've been like, with the whole reform thing, they've just like basically been like, your life's been shit for multiple reasons, but we're just going to blame it on people. Like, yeah, we're going to scapegoat minorities. And it's just categorically wrong.
Did you guys see that little video last week? And it was about voting, and this guy was basically like, we need to get the immigrants out because I can't get a job. Yeah, you know this whole shit they're saying.
Oh,
and the lady's like, well long story short, the guy's like, he's got a criminal record. I can't work anyway.
So
she was like, so what does the immigrants have to do?
Do you know what his criminal record was? He's a convicted paedophile, that man.
Wow.
That man is a convicted.
He's walking. He's breathing.
Yeah, he's a
living.
convicted paedophile.
Sorry, that's such a plot
So
twist.
This is what I'm saying.
That's such a plot twist. I didn't see that.
And then you come out and you're blaming an immigrant that actually went to university studying had a degree, but you were fondling children.
It's just like finding someone to blame for your misfortune.
Yeah, that's it.
And the darker the skin color, the easier it is to blame. But I actually think that you need to really get something tested out there, mate. That's not normal.
Yeah.
Seeing skin tone should not enrage you.
Yeah.
That's not normal. You're not all right, darling. Anyways, I told you, let's get this all secret world going, yeah?
Yeah.
Get all the
do you
immigrants
want to know a
out.
stat, yeah, from my economics degree? When we
Ooh.
studied the economics of immigration.
tell us.
right?
Degree.
Woo, come on.
He's educated.
First class.
One stat that you need to know about immigration, and it'll prove why. The stat is, we are net benefiters of migration.
Of course we
Full
are.
stop.
Full
Like,
stop.
people come into the country, we gain more as a
course we
country
do. Yeah,
from this
of
than
course
we
we do.
lose out on. So vilifying, it just shows that these politicians are not thinking logically. They're thinking, how can we convince, brainwash, what's the word, like when you make it more extreme? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, that.
When you like to talk.
Polarized, that's it. They're polarizing
Yeah,
the people's
that's the
views.
one.
Because when you just make it black and white that, oh, it's the immigrants' fault, then people don't think. They just be like, oh, this guy said it. We're all thinking it, is what they say.
People struggle to critically think. Like honestly,
Yeah.
even think about the
Just need to know
NHS.
this one stat,
I know
and
the
your whole
NHS
campaign's wrong.
I know the NHS is on the brink of destruction. So it's not looking good. You go into fucking A&E, you go into these nurses. These are not white English people. Most of them, they're Filipino people. They're from Africa. Like these are the people that are helping us get well. If you take away all these motherfucking people, where do you think we're gonna be? Like, what? I think in their mind they think if Britain was all white, everything would be all right. Did I just make that up? Maybe I did.
I can't lie. I went to the hospital the other day. There was a queue.
Of course there is.
Bro, I waited 2 hours at my local GP this morning.
disgusting. Yeah, that's
Local
crazy.
GP.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
So going back to the stat that we found, do any of you feel like you want to leave this country? And if you did, where was it that you'd be going?
I absolutely want to leave. I only can't leave because of my career right now. I'm not big enough to go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? I've got to stay here and hustle for work. Please. No, where would I go? I'd go somewhere where the quality of life is better. I need somewhere where the fruit tastes like fruit, the vegetable tastes like vegetable. There's sun in the morning. People aren't just like, this country is so depressed from the weather, from the economy to the people. I need somewhere where people are actually a bit more human. Do you know what I'm saying? You say good morning to people. You let people get off the bus. You ride your bike. You function as a human, not as this country just, you operate as a robot. So
It's a rat race.
didn't it? Mate, but you have
It's a rat race.
sunbeds. Yeah, I would do sunbeds. But somewhere in the Mediterranean, that would be nice. But I wouldn't go to the Gulf. I don't think I'd go to the Gulf.
I just can't think of anywhere to go.
Yeah,
I
no.
just feel like there isn't anywhere I can go to escape racism. Like, obviously, the racism here is terrible, but the racism comes in so many different forms. Like, it's systemic every fucking where. Like, I'm just thinking, like, also to me, this is my home. Like, my family here, my friends here, is my life here. Obviously, it's shit 90% of the time, yeah. But, like, where would I go? I mean, I've got a place to go. I can go to Jamaica and blah, blah, blah. But, do you know what I mean? It's not the same. And I feel like the fact that we even have to think these things just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, even thinking, like, you know, like the whole, like, people buying houses outside of London because they can't afford to live here. But, like, we fucking grew up here. Stuff like that just winds me up. Like, where you're born and where you grow up, you should be able to feel like it's a safe place and it's a home. You shouldn't have to feel like we need to fucking flee because there's idiots crawling the streets. Sorry, it's got really wild up just then. Can't believe that.
But do you know, the thing is though, is like, What did you say?
Safe
safe-
space.
it's a
Safe space. Yeah, it's a safe space. But the thing is, I feel like sometimes we as people are like, oh, England's failing, the government's failing. I think they're doing exactly what they always wanted and designed for this country to do. Like that's the reason why.
Systematic.
Yeah, that's why England is the way that it is, because they went and pillaged and robbed and plundered
Yeah, they benefit
so many
from it,
so many beautiful places. So we have to come here and we have to build up this shitty crappy island. I'm getting robbed up.
See, the more you talk about it,
yeah, see what you
It's okay because
The more you
we
think
all
about
got
it,
a problem.
we got a problem. The more you think
Yeah,
about it,
I've got
we
many a
got a
problem
problem.
today. How long have you got? But yeah, man, it's that's the thing. It's always intended to do that, and then it's a class thing. Before people think it's like an immigration or race thing, it's a class thing. They're like the higher ups want the working class to turn on each other, at each other, because that's the way it stays there.
That's how they keep their bread. Yeah.
we don't benefit from it. It's them up there that benefits from
See,
it.
so
We're
I'm
like little
saying.
pawns in a fucking game.
It's like if you turn everyone on each other, then they won't turn on you.
You'll never look around. You'll
Yeah.
only look here. Why would you look at the true forces that's causing the destruction? Why would you do that?
We need to unite.
We do, but we never will.
No,
Sorry to be negative, but like, that ain't never fucking happening. Mad.
Blacks,
London.
do you think you'd ever leave this
Would I
country?
leave? Well, I did the DNA test. You know, I am 99.9% British.
Wow,
so
that's
yeah.
I'll be honest, that's quite. That's
I
quite
feel
something.
horrible.
Blue bloods.
That's quite something.
It's quite special, isn't it? So,
what was the 0.01%?
Nigerian.
unknown.
Congolese.
Nigerian.
Nigerian.
Congolese.
So I genuinely don't know. Like, I've got no connection to anywhere else in terms of where I'd want to live. Like, I lived in France and in China for a little bit, but like again, I don't know. But I don't feel like British. I feel Londonish. Like living in London, I feel like it's a very different experience to living in Britain.
Of course it is.
So I do feel a bit lost because London, what makes it where it is and what makes it feel like home to me is the community, and that's not like race isn't like a issue because it's like everyone's just doing their thing. So yeah, it's I don't mind it. I don't mind the idea of living somewhere hot or whatever, but I just don't know where.
Hey, if you want to be involved in content like this, click the link in the description below to sign up to Word on the Curbs community for more opportunities.
So right now we're about to play Get It or Got a Problem. Am I going first? Yeah.
What was that?
Ta-da!
Oh, people eating on public transport.
Eating what? Okay, sorry.
Just saying, I
So
guess it's,
yeah, I am people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. My views on this changed recently.
There's rules though.
Yeah.
Certain
It depends
foods-
what you eat.
Yeah, certain foods shouldn't be eat.
You
But
should be eat. Like
shouldn't-
what?
Like
Smelly things.
yeah, egg.
Things that will stink up the
Fish.
staff room. Anything that,
Yeah, public transport is
Fish.
crazy.
No, sorry, that's not allowed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Fish.
shouldn't eat fish
No
on public
chance.
transport.
That is a no
Even at work, you
chance.
shouldn't be eating fish.
Yeah, or egg.
You shouldn't be eating egg.
Shouldn't be eating egg on public
You shouldn't be
transport.
eating egg.
Certain like crisps or like
How you do it?
What you be eating egg on the bus?
I've eaten a salmon and egg baguette on the
Salmon's
train
not bad.
recently.
No, but
salmon's
that's
not as
contained.
bad. Like, if
And I
it's
think
like
sandwich is
hot-
okay.
But is it cooked salmon or them sliced salmons?
No, smoked
Smoked
salmon,
salmon,
cured
yeah,
salmon.
that's-
The
that's
prep
fine.
one is nice.
That's
I like
okay.
that.
Yeah, the
We're
that's
talking
fine.
about like fried snapper.
Oh, yeah.
kippers.
Dinner the night before, they could
Yeah,
be like heating up in a microwave.
Yeah,
like,
Tupperware. You're
No,
not
I ain't
looking
gonna
at
lie.
Tupperware.
That's my
Tupperware
right.
You're
Tupperware on the
thinking
about
bus.
it.
Tupperware on the bus is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Tupperware. But do you know, have you... I used to be like, no, don't do it. Like, just get to where you need to get to. But I get it now. Why the auntie sat eating, man. I just let her eat.
If you're hungry, you're hungry,
I'm like,
though.
bruv,
Do you know what it is though? If I see someone else eating, then I'll eat. Normally, I'm a bit like, oh, I don't want to be that guy. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm starving. Fuck you, look, like, I'm eating. But yeah,
No, but Baker Lulan is so claustrophobic, man. Imagine you're like in between everyone. You're whipping out your Burger King, McDonald's, or whatever.
yeah, fast food's also a bit crazy.
No, but sometimes it smells nice.
There's nothing
Someone's
that
got
will
a pizza.
stink.
It does smell quite nice.
There is nothing that will stink up a public transport like wasabi.
Please give me the bowl of mystery.
I'm glad we all basically agreed on that.
I know I think that's the first time.
Somewhat. It depends on the food.
Okay.
You agree, man.
You agree,
you
man.
have to
Still
be
trying to be different.
Somewhat.
Come on.
I'm different.
I'm different.
Let's have a little look at this origami.
Yeah, I'm different.
What we got?
Oh, okay. Washing your meat before cooking.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
I'm surprised. you
What
thought that.
Wait, why are you looking at me?
I'm actually surprised.
Okay, I get it. If you wanna wash your
I
meat,
was saying it to him, I'm surprised. Yeah, that's crazy.
if you wanna wash your meat, no problem with it. I've washed meat and not washed meat. I can't tell a difference. I've not died. I've not gotten ill. In my opinion, it doesn't taste any difference. I don't really care.
It's not about the taste.
But I don't
it's the
think.
taste. Yeah.
But You cook it, so like,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
It's ceremonial at this point. Do you
Yeah,
know
no,
what I mean?
no, it is.
To be fair, though, I
Yeah.
don't mind. Like, if you're
Are
cooking
you
something
still
big
laughing?
and you want to start by washing it, it
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
like
yeah,
you're washing your hands to start the whole.
It's just a part of it.
Should you say though? Oh, this is a good one. Do you guys wash mincemeat?
Nah, that's
I don't
long.
eat mincemeat.
Okay, Tim.
But I've seen this argument.
Right, what have we here? Re-gifting presents.
Bro, if I can't think of anything,
Yeah, I'm an auntie, man.
if I can't think of
We
anything,
are on fire.
buy
today.
yourself.
I've gifted PR. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
happy
different.
birthday.
I will say that's different because that's usually something that's actually quite half decent.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
But I think we're talking about like, say Christmas party, someone's giving you some random
Still,
thing.
man.
That's getting
Yeah,
regifted.
absolutely.
Pass that one.
That's getting regifted to my long lost auntie.
Yeah,
Are you
calm.
mad? That is getting. See Christmas Day, you find out there's extra people coming to the Christmas dinner.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
I need to wrap something quick.
That.
Whatever's in the back of the shelf is rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even think it's rude.
Yeah,
Waste not, want not.
exactly.
It's
I'm not
reduced,
mad at it.
reuse,
It's
recycle.
economic.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you not
It's
feel
vintage
guilty
without the
though, if they're
middleman.
Like, if they genuinely love it and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have," and you're like, "Well, kind of didn't." Like, do you feel guilty?
No.
It's part of the game, innit?
I don't feel guilty
Yeah,
at
man.
all.
You can't feel guilty about them things. I got you a present.
Yeah.
In this economy.
Be grateful.
Yeah,
babe.
innit?
Yeah. But my presence is enough.
Yeah,
Big
wallah,
facts.
your presence
My
is
health.
a presence enough. That was
Bar.
nice. People queue jumping. You're a big prick if you do that, man. I hate you all. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I'm your biggest.
Why are
hater.
you two umming and I love it. Come
Because
on.
I queue
'Cause
jump
you
when
do
I
it.
can.
I
When I
do,
can.
I do.
No, but that's different. That's different.
Well,
Wait,
I'm,
okay.
well, I'm not bothered, Q. Well, I'm not bothered.
Can I ask a question?
Well, I'm not bothered. I do it.
Can I ask
And what?
Can I ask a question? What do you mean by queue jump? Do you mean like pushing in front of people, or do you mean like you've got guests?
The other day,
and you're walking
on
around
the London Underground the other day, there was a long queue just to exit, right? I jumped the queue to go right to the barrier.
You're
But it's like,
such.
if you
you're a
can
monk.
get in there,
Well, I'm not queuing.
You're
I'm
such
an
a-
NPC.
You're
What the
such-
hell? I've lost your mind.
You're such an Arab uncle, man. That's
I'm not queuing
Yeah,
up.
that's
For what?
the-
To tap out?
yeah. Not even
Leave.
Not even to get in. That's my favorite part. He
Leave,
queue jumped to leave.
I'm not, bro. Like, London's a rat
get it.
race.
No, the thing is, queue jumping because you got access. I don't think that's
That
a
doesn't
problem.
count.
It's
Yeah,
when
that's
people
not
like
queue
walk in
jumping.
and they're like pretending like they're, you know, when they're looking at the floor and they're vaping.
No,
and
do you know
they're
what
if
I
there's
hate?
an organised queue and you jump it,
Yeah.
that's savage.
Yeah.
And someone will call you out. If it's one of them ones where you're trying to get in the tube and people are just coming from everywhere, I'm not gonna stand at the back. I'm gonna find
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah,
spot.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I
I'm
don't
a
think
weave.
I think
that bad.
anyone could have done that. I don't.
I'm a
think
bob and weave.
I will say, like, say you're in an organized queue and someone, see, let's say there's two people come back, like, we're just trying to get there, our mate's there. I'm like this.
Who's your mate? Your mate should come find you.
Oh, yeah,
There we go, yeah.
You ain't getting in front of me.
Yeah.
You can stand behind me if you want.
Yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
stand behind me. I don't mind.
That's
Push
fine.
in front of the person behind
That's
me.
cool. They were
There's
like,
no
I
way
can't
you're coming
lie
in
there.
front of me.
There's something small that gets me aggy as well. You know when like for like a concert or something, and they got a bunch of friends that come in later that jump in as well.
Can I just say,
That
I think there's
that
rules.
kind of gets under my skin.
I think you can pull in a little extra two.
Nah, that
I think an
slightly
extra
gets under my
two people
skin.
come in, but when it's going to 4, 6, 7, you're making
Safe.
That's taking the absolute biscuit.
Now it's time for some of the audience's problems. Problem number 1. My problem is coming to the realization that I will most likely never be able to afford a mortgage as a young person in this generation.
Fact, that's a big one.
I did,
I
man.
hear it.
It happens.
I agree. I'm with this person.
Yeah, man.
Don't you think you should just like you get to a point where you just, you just accept it?
But
I've
then what?
accepted.
I'm slowly getting to that point,
half
you know.
your salary to a
But can I
landlord
just say
every
something?
single
Can I
month.
just say something? Right? This is what I always say about this whole renting mortgage debate. Yeah. Either way, your P's are going somewhere, right? You're either paying it back to the bank or you're paying it to a landlord. You still have to pay for where you live regardless. Like, it's about how you look at it. I think like renting, you pay for your freedom. Like, say you live at your parents' house, it's a stressful, long day, da-da-da. Why would you rather spend 10 years in a horrible situation trying to save for a deposit that you may not never get, or just fucking move out and pay for your freedom? I don't think that's just my opinion on it. I get the frustration of like our parents and our parents could bought and now we can't buy nothing. Yeah, I want to box everyone up, but I'm also a realistic person. It's like we got to deal with what we've got here.
Yeah.
This is what we have. We must crack on until something changes, something crashes, basically. I don't know.
I'm committed to hitting a lick. So for me, I'm like, I've got no plans to save
Yeah,
a deposit.
fair.
I'll be.
So I'm not gonna do
It's
that.
quite hard to have a plan to buy a house.
Do you
at
know what I
this
mean?
age.
But I would like to marry
In this
someone that does
economy.
have a yard sale. See, you know what I mean? That'd be nice. That's my
Shout
plan.
her.
That's
So
my
what
plan.
are we
Names
telling
in
this
the description.
person? I'm telling them to
I
like just chill. I'm just telling them to chill.
Charge it, man.
No,
Yeah, I
charge
was gonna
it.
say that
Charge
as well.
it. Use that money to go on holiday, travel, go.
But
see the
also, you
world.
never know what could happen. Like
a housing crash.
the housing market could crash.
I think it's gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna happen.
it could crash, or you could come
Yeah,
to
but
some
think
I,
it's
lovely
gonna
amount of
happen.
I
money.
still don't think houses will be affordable.
No.
But it's gonna decrease, I think, massively in a way. But
Is
not
it-
now though. In a while.
Is it important for you guys to own a house?
I would love to own a
Yeah,
house.
man.
I'd love to own a
I'd
house.
like
It's security and stability, innit?
Yeah,
You just want to
you're
make sure you're
guaranteed
safe.
that
You want to make sure you're
asset
like
that
yeah.
You have like you're not constantly relying on your month's salary. You have an asset, and you can live there. Like you could do what you want with the place. Like
Yeah, I would want
I have no furniture, nothing. Just stay in there. Stand in the corner.
This is
a
my room. I
TV,
own
a
this
pillow,
room.
and one sheet.
But you know me, I'm Arab, and I'm staying there on the floor with my little. with my
Got that
seeds
one
in
little
it.
gas burner, that metal teapot that's black up on the bottom
With
as
my
well.
sunflower, with my sunflower
Yeah,
seeds.
Cody. It's like a pile of eating sunflowers. Just dead like that.
I feel like I spent most of my 20s being stressed about saving for a deposit. Like, it's all I wanted. All I wanted in the world was to buy a house. Like, all my P's went into my savings. And then one day I just got to a point and I just thought, I should just fucking live life. Like, I'll be able to afford a crib when I'm able to afford a crib. It will come. It doesn't need to come when I'm 24.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I want to go out. I want to be able to go on a holiday. I've got the money sitting. If I want to do something, I can do something. And I just, the way my mind is just like, I will buy when the time comes. I know I will. Like, the time will come.
Be like you,
You just got to be. You just got to be like. I don't know. Just got to be positive. Like it's gonna come. Like, what is the point of stressing yourself out? Like, every single piece of money you earn is going to savings. You're not actually living life. Like, we're in our 20s. Like, do you want to look back and think all in my 20s I didn't go out, I didn't do anything, I just saved my money. Now I've got this yard.
You've got upkeep and maintenance.
Now I've got to spend
and then
the
you've now
house.
got youths that you need to look after.
Where's the fun?
But it does take a while. So at what age do you think you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I should start taking this a little bit seriously?
Couple years, man. A couple years.
You're
couple
living.
years.
Well,
Listen,
look, you're
couple
gonna reach
years.
an age where you're gonna be like, okay,
When I hit a career lick, that's my
That's
goal.
it, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I've got something where there's excess P, put it
Then,
to save.
yeah,
Do you see what I'm
that's-
saying?
That's
That's
but,
fine.
but realistically, that's the only option.
Yeah, that's the only
that-
option.
that
That's the
how I
only
can
option.
earn bread. like.
That's the only
But I
option.
think that's why it doesn't keep me up at night because, like, I rent and I've got a lovely fucking flat. It's a lovely, special, gorgeous place.
Yeah.
I love it there. I don't have no worries at night. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
calm with it. Like, when it's time to slap down the deposit, because obviously everyone here will be so successful and rich.
Come
we'll
on.
just buy a little cheeky house. We
Exactly.
can share one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Get a little four-way on
we
the
can
mortgage.
buy a little commune and just join like word on the curb.
It'll be stunning. Do you know what I mean? Word on the curb
Curb
house.
manor.
Curb
Yeah,
manor.
cold. Problem number 2 for today. My problem is that my friends are also my housemates, and as much as I love them, they don't clean up after themselves. I've always been the friend that's happy to help, but I feel like they are taking advantage. I don't know how to adjust how I feel. Number 1, babe, stand up. Like, you are weak in the knees. Stand up.
Or like in a
Stand up.
Or like in a group chat as well. Write the message and then leave the phone and run away.
Because you're people pleasing. To not say to somebody, clear up your own shit, which, by the way, all of us, I said it in the last episode, most of us as adults, we know right from wrong. We know if we've left a plate and we've left it for a couple of days and you come into and you see it. They're choosing not to. So same way they choose to tell them. Like, that's what it is. Stop people pleasing.
I also think some people, like, if you can't tell them, some people you're not meant to live with. Like, if you're good friends, but you're not on a level where you can call them out.
That's when you don't clash.
Then yeah.
Also, people have different levels of cleanliness.
Exactly.
Do you know what I
I feel
mean?
like you need to gauge
Like,
that
some
before.
people don't think like this. Like, I've got a pet peeve. Yeah, see in my crib. This is the way I was raised. Yeah, there are no dishes left in the sink at night. When you go bed, the wash up. When you wake up, there's no dishes in the sink. That's how I grew up in my mum's house.
Yeah.
So
Clean the sink as well.
Oh, get the suds off.
Yeah.
So I've grown up that way. So it's ingrained in me. So like, if sometime, I'm not gonna lie, that random time I might leave a little cup in there and I'm stressed.
Yeah.
So, but I know there's other people that feel no way about leaving a mug, a plate overnight. They feel no way about it. So it's like, you can't live with someone that has two different understandings of cleanliness levels. Because like, it's not saying that's trampy, but I personally, I want to sleep in the kitchen. It's clear. Yeah.
Do you know why he's laughing?
Why?
He's never washed a sink in his life. Wallahi, he's never cleaned a sink in his life. That's why he's laughing.
He's thinking about sink right now.
He is the opposite cleaning
Stacks.
standards that you speak of. He's in the room.
Forget the curb
You're
house.
not moving in. Yeah. You ain't moving in.
Get my annex. You man got a curb annex.
What
on
you
the-
don't? What you don't wash
Go on,
up?
Amir. Speak your truth.
Babes, are you question, Amir? Are you the eldest Arab boy, the only Arab boy?
Middle child.
You're the middle
No,
child.
clear your name right now. I'm scared, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you don't want to do like a wash up.
Anytime he went to go wash a cup, his mum said, "La habibi, leave it." I know it, man. I know these ones.
We're hitting close to home.
La taban.
He's done. Moral of the story is stand up. Yeah.
Yeah, stand up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stand up, man. Stand up.
Just stand up.
Stand up.
Done.
Yeah.
If you're listening in to get the answer, stand up.
Stand up.
I hate you right now.
Go on, Amir. Let's hear your response to the
He
problem.
can't breathe.
Have a sip of water.
I've got no response. You don't call cool. You don't call me out. Miskeen. All right. You get it.
Listen,
Right, there was a girl at my uni. She hates washing up, so she kept reusing my plate after I was done with my dinner.
So she was mugging you off.
What, eating off the plate with
Yeah,
residue food on it?
yeah, because she didn't want to wash her plate, so she used my one.
And then what she'll be like, you
dirty
still gotta wash it
plate.
up.
Yeah,
As in, like, your breakfast
sometimes,
residues
yeah,
on the
sometimes,
plate.
yeah. So because I own the plate, so I would have to wash it.
What is
So
the
she
logic?
just eat on top of your mess. So you
Yeah.
I
have to
would
clean
have
both
broke
of
that
them.
plate on her head.
I'm not lying.
You've lost
She
your
did this
mind.
repeatedly until all of our housemates just one day just gathered her stuff and just put in the sink.
That's it. That's all
And,
you did.
and she walked in the kitchen one time and was like, "Rah, okay, I need to sort my life out."
I ain't gonna lie. You should have arrested her immediately.
No, I did that at uni. I put that if you leave your plates for more
that's
than
just-
a week, I put them outside their door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sort
you
it.
have to do that. I
Yeah.
can't lie.
That's it for this week's episode. Comment below on your thoughts on the problems today. Emir's still laughing. And if you've got any problems that you want to send in, make sure you hit the link in the description below. That's it for now. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Ciao, arrivederci.
Bye.